All I have to do is add a placeholder in the one spot. So 20 times 10 is
200.
200. That's a lot of squats.
Per week.
Per week. That's crazy. She must be a very fit gymnast. Andy?
I've seen a different way.
Okay, this is the strategy we're working on, though. Yeah. So, is there more than one way to solve this?
Yes.
Absolutely. Yes. Yes. And on the test, can you show me in more than one way? Do you have to all show me the exact same way?
No.
Unless it tells you, please show me using the tens method. You can use any, but I do want you today to be practicing the tens method because it seems to be a sticking point for some of us. Okay? Nope. Tomorrow. This is the last lesson. So you'll have to do that Monday.
Wait, does it do the what? You're doing a math test tomorrow?
Math test is tomorrow.
Yeah!
Woo!
I love math test.
All right, 3. All right, Trey, have a seat. Thank you.
Oh, why smiley face there?
All right, let's try it again.
This is the last one.
No, there's one more after this. Who would like to do the tens method on this one for me?
I think.
Well, let's read the problem and make sure that we need to use the tens method. So Benny gets $5 a week for allowance. I'm going to go ahead and say $5 a week is probably important. After saving his money for 20 weeks, how much money does Benny need to buy a bike? How much more money does Benny need to buy a bike that costs $108?
I think you should underline more. Dollars.
How much more?
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. And the question word would be how? How much more? So it looks like what we're doing is we're shooting for a goal of 108, right? That's the bike. That's the goal. First, before we can find out how much money we have to save up yet, we have to find out what? What do we have to find out first? Before we can answer the question, how much more does Benny need? First, we need to find out, Hunter?
How many weeks?
It says that he's been saving $5 a week for 20 weeks. First, he has to find out how much he has. He's got some money already, right? Hunter, how would I find how much money he has?
No,
I'm not there yet. I need to first, before I can subtract the money he has, I have to find out how much that is. All I know is he makes $5 a week, and he's been saving his money for 20 weeks. 20 weeks at $5 a week. What kind of math problem would help me figure out how much money that is?
Times.
I would do times. What would you multiply? I don't see a 25.
Oh.
What am I going to multiply together, Hunter, to find how much he's made in 20 weeks? 5 times what?
20?
Yeah, right? 20 weeks times 5 weeks equals however much money he has so far. Hunter, come on up here. We're going to use the tens method to figure out how much money he has. Do you understand, Riley, where we got the 20 times 5? Yeah, well, what do you mean there? Why did I pick those numbers? Why did I pick those numbers? Do you see why? Can you explain it for me? Why did I pick 5 and 20 to multiply together? It is up there, but 108 is up there too, so why didn't I use that? How do you know though? I want you to know why you're picking the numbers you're picking. There's a reason. Sit down, please, Spencer. Thank you. Why are we picking the numbers we're picking? Trey?
So we know how much money he has total.
That's what we're solving for, but how do I know what numbers to use to find that answer? Hunter?
I already know that answer.
Well, yeah, we're trying to find how much money he has. So why did I pick 5 and 20 to multiply together? Why did I pick those numbers? I'm looking for the explanation as to why those are the numbers I picked. What do those numbers mean? Chloe?
It means the weeks and how much money he got in those.
Each week, he makes $5. How many weeks has he been saving? 20. So 5 times the 20. $5 a week for 20 weeks equals how much he has altogether. So Hunter, how am I going to break apart 20 so that I'm working with the tens fact? I want 10 times something times 5, right? This 20 is breaking apart into 10 times something. And I'm keeping the times 5. He stays there. 10 times what? It's 20. 2. So I'm going to fill in a 2. And now, I know that if everything is multiplication, what can I do? Ashley?
Switch it around.
I can switch the numbers around. They're still going to multiply out to the same product. So let's switch them around. I don't want to do 10 times 2 and get 20 again. I don't want to do it. I want this 10 all by itself. 10 times, and let's move this way. 2 times 5. Hunter, what's 2 times 5?
10.
Put it up there for me, my friend. Right here, 10 times what? We're going 10 times, 2 times 5 is 10. 10 times 10. Who can solve 10 times 10 for me? Haley? 100 equals 100. So have we solved the problem? He has $100.
He needs $8 more.
Have we solved the problem?
No.
He doesn't have $8. Let's reread. How much more money does Benny need to buy a bike that costs $108? So what's the net? How did you find that, Hunter? He needs $8 more. How do you know? So the bike is $108, and I take away the $100 Benny already has, and I know that he needs $8 more.
Actually, he would need 9 because of taxes.
I think the total was with taxes. They already calculated that in.
Yeah. Then he would have to work for 2 more weeks.
He would have to work for 2 more weeks, and how much money would he have left over at the end of those 2 more weeks, Haley?
$2.
He would have $2 left. Because how much is he going to make in 2 weeks?
$10.
He'll make $10. So then he'd end up with 110, and he'd have
$2
more than enough. He'd have $2 left over. Last one, then we'll go practice. How's my battery? It hasn't died yet? Yes. Okay. Genevieve makes 43 bracelets. She gives 13 bracelets away as gifts and sells the rest for $4 each. How much money does Genevieve make in all? So before we can find out how much money she makes, first thing we have to solve for is how many she sold. How do I find how many she sold? Molly, how many bracelets does she start with? 43. She has 43 bracelets. This is important. How many did she give away? She gave 13 of them away. And then she's going to sell the rest for $4 each. First things first, I have to figure out how many bracelets she had left over after she gave away her bracelets. What math problem would help me find that, Molly? She's got 43, and then she sees 13 of her friends and goes, here's a bracelet for you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and you. And after she gives away 13 of them, how do I find out how many she has left? start with how many, Melanie? 43. And how many did she give away? 13. Okay, giving away. If I'm giving something away, am I adding? Am I multiplying? Am I subtracting? Or am I dividing? Giving them away. I'm subtracting, right? So I'm going to put a subtraction sign here. Can you solve that subtraction problem for me, Molly? Okay, so how many bracelets is she selling? Haley, let's see. How many bracelets is she selling? Ezra, how many bracelets is she selling? She isn't selling. No, we found how many she's selling. Molly solved the problem for us. Take a look. Genevieve makes 43 bracelets. She gives 13 away, and then she sells the rest. How many are we selling? The 30, right? Okay. So 30 times $4 a piece. Let's break apart. Oh, Molly, come here.
20.
Smile. Did you know that you're a movie star? You're on candid camera. Say hi. Hi, Gianna. Okay. All right, ma'am. Let's break 30 down into 10 times something. So I moved my 30 down, and I have to keep that 4. I'm still working with him, so I'm going to stick him over here. But what's going to go in my space there? 10 times what makes 30? 3. Go ahead and throw that up there. Ooh, just make it blue. Okay. Now, Molly, I know because of the associative property, do I have to start at the beginning and move through, or can I move them around? I can multiply something different first, right? So let's do that. Let's, instead of 10 times 3 first, because all that does is make my 30 again. I just broke him apart. I'm done with him. Let's make it 10 times 3 times 4. Can I do that? What property says I can do that? Not commutative.
Associative.
Associative, yeah. So, do you know 4 times 3, Molly? I have to solve that because it's in the parentheses. So I'm going to do that first. So what is 4 times 3? Can you go put the answer right below the math problem there? So right below 4 times 3, or 3 times 4, you're going to put the problem. Yep. Now, I haven't done anything with him yet, have I? Which means I need to keep him. He needs to find out. 10 times 12. How on earth am I going to solve 10 times 12? You don't know. Well, let's draw a place value chart. So here's my ones place. Here's my tens place. And I'm going to have 12 discs in my tens place. The value of each one is 10. So what if I did this? 10, 20, 30, 40, 60. Oh, 110, 120. Do you notice a pattern, Molly? You just counted out these 10 discs and told me that it was 120. I'm glad. You just counted out by 10. So that the value of 10 12s is 120. Can you look between the 12 and the 120? What changed between those two numbers? I added a 0 to the end. Because that's how easy it is to multiply things by 10. I just have to plop a 0 on the end. And it works out because I know I can count 12 times, 10 by 10, 12 times, and get a 12 with a 0 on it, 120.